What's going on, everyone? It's Shaqir here from funnels.com, and in today's video what I want to share with you is by far the number one secret that I know when it comes to becoming financially free. And over the last decade, over the last 10 years, I went from someone living in my parents' house to now living in my dream penthouse here for the last 5 or 6 years now, whilst traveling around the world and doing some things where most people would look at me and they'd say, how on earth does he actually do that? How on earth is he able to travel so many different countries, build a team of 50 plus people? How on earth does he go and make multiple 8 figures? They see me on Forbes or they see me win these awards and stuff, and they ask me these things. And the truth is, okay, this is the truth. Hopefully you can see me here nice and clear. The truth of the matter is this. I started off just like most people. Wanting to make money online, wanting to travel around the world, wanting to have freedom, time freedom, location freedom, financial freedom, all of those things. Okay, you've probably been trying so many different things and you're stuck. You're looking at everyone on Facebook, on Instagram. You're probably part of 20 different Facebook groups and 10 different email newsletters, and you've subscribed to every single YouTube channel out there. If you haven't subscribed to mine, make sure you subscribe. But bottom line is this: you've tried so many different things, but then you can't seem to put the pieces of the puzzle together. And I want to really just give it to you straight in this video, okay? Because just yesterday I was actually in my parents' house. I go there every day, even during COVID, because they don't travel much, and so we don't travel much. So me and my wife drive there every single day, and it's Ramadan. And so as I'm spending time with my family and my younger brother is there, I'm explaining to him, the reason why he hasn't, got to where he is because of this one key fact, okay? And I want to share this with you with some context, because I remember when I first started online marketing back in 2009, I was studying at university, trying to become a investment banker. Actually, my parents said, son, work hard so you can go and get a job over there. Okay, that's Canary Wharf, kind of like Wall Street. Okay, my parents said, go work hard so you can go and get a job as a banker over there. And that was my path until I go into the world of online marketing. And as I go into the world of online marketing, I started seeing people becoming millionaires, people, back then YouTube and Instagram wasn't as big as it is right now, but Facebook was picking up, and it was just crazy. And I was just obsessed with it. Like, I made every single mistake under the sun, and I literally put my 10,000 hours in probably in the first 5 years. Okay, so as someone who's been doing it for a very long time, I can tell you how this stuff all works, and most importantly, the mistakes people make. And I remember my first goal was just to make $10,000 a month, consistently, predictably, reliably. And in the beginning, it took me about 9 months to wrap my head around this online marketing stuff, because I was just buying everyone's courses. I was looking at what everyone was doing, and all I spent time was just trying to learn. But I wasn't actually doing. I wasn't actually being interactive. I wasn't actually going out there and taking action. So that was a big mistake that I made, and I see so many people making this big mistake. The second one was trying to do so many different things. At that time, SEO was hot, Google AdWords was hot, pay-per-click marketing was hot, CPA traffic was hot. I was trying to do everything and anything under the sun. Okay, and so that left me super overwhelmed, super burnt out, and over $45,000 worth of debt. And I was like 21, 22 years old. And I was like, it's probably gonna take me like 5-6 years to go and pay that debt off. I gotta figure this out. So my back was against the wall. And maybe you feel like that. Maybe you've tried so many different things online and it hasn't worked out for you. And you feel like you're on the verge of giving up, but you've gone so deep that there is no way for you to give up, right? Could you relate to that, right? You know what I mean? And so what I discovered was, instead of trying to do 101 things, if I just got good at just one thing, which was driving traffic to a sales funnel, okay, aka finding a problem someone has and then coming up with a unique solution to solve that problem and get paid for it. And that's how entrepreneurs make money. The more money you want to make, the more problems you have to solve. And I remember having my first $40,000 month. Actually, there's a video on YouTube. I'll actually link it down below. I have me having my first $40,000 month when I was like, I think I was 21 or 22 years old. Okay, as soon as I got that month, and I was like, okay, cool, I got this cash injection. What do I need to do? I quickly started scaling. Okay, and in 3 years, I think I was 23 when I made my first 7 figures, first $1 million cash. I'm not talking about gross sales, I'm talking about profits. First, it was $1.2 million that year. And I remember thinking to myself, wow, this is amazing. But I still didn't know what I was doing. Okay, it sounds kind of crazy. And I literally started doubling. 2.4 million the next year, 3.6 million the next year, 6.5 million the next year, close to 8 million the next year, and on and on. And just literally in those just under 10 years of growing, I generated more than $30 million in sales for myself before I turned 30 years old. Okay, and it sounds really crazy to even say that because most people try to make $1 million in their lifetime. But the reason why I share this is because I can point it down to just one thing, which was skill acquisition. Okay, skill acquisition, your ability to acquire high income producing skills is what's going to determine how you package, promote, position yourself in the marketplace. Okay, the biggest mistake people make is they're trying so many different things and their focus is on the wrong way. For example, they might see me make a YouTube video, which, I don't really make much money from YouTube, or nor do I really use it for business. I've started posting free videos and stuff. Or they might see me on Instagram, but Instagram is, my assistant posts pictures and motivational stuff, whatever she does. She cuts clips and she posts it there. I don't even have Instagram or Facebook on my phone. And then I'll have my Facebook groups. Basically, I'll have so many different ways that I'm marketing. Now, a person who's starting out online and they're not making 10 grand a month, or they're not making 100 grand a month, they will look at me and they'll think to themselves, oh, I need to do what he's doing. But that's completely wrong, because their business model is not the same as mine. They might not have the right team. They might not have execution. They don't have a strategy. They don't have a huge cash reserve. In comparison to me, I have a team. It doesn't matter if I never make a YouTube video ever again in my life. My business will probably still continue to grow on. Or if I don't post on Instagram, another big mistake people are making is they see someone else do that and then they think to themselves, oh, I should do that. And then what happens? You get overwhelmed, you get frustrated. You're trying to do 10 different things. One day you're trying to launch a podcast. Next day you're trying to learn organic marketing on Facebook and Instagram. Then next day you're trying to add 100 friends a day on Facebook. All of these things takes away from your skill acquisition. And this is the biggest secret that I found amongst myself, becoming a multimillionaire in my early 20s, all praise to God. And then seeing all of my friends who are very successful, who are very wealthy. And what they've done is that they've got skills that they've been building up, high income producing skills. And then they went and hired other people that have high income producing skills. Does that make sense? Okay, so let me give you a couple of examples of high income building skills. One is building sales funnels. Okay, the average person, the average business owner has no idea about sales funnels, and one sales funnel that could transform their entire business. And so you learning how to do sales funnels will dramatically put you on that scale where you can charge someone 5,000, 10,000, 50,000. I've got clients that I've literally got dozens and dozens of clients at $100,000 each. and I've been paid as much as $200,000. Okay, now most people ain't gonna get these results. I'm not gonna tell you that these results are gonna be typical. They're not. Okay, you're not most likely not gonna go and get paid 200 grand for your services. I can get paid that, and I do get paid that because of who I am in the industry to a specific group of people. Now, when you're starting out and you want to make an extra $5,000, $10,000, $20,000 a month, okay, that's like, for me, I call that newbie level. Okay, if you make less than 250 grand a year, you're a newbie. If you don't make even 50 grand a year, you just dozing around too much. Okay, you're dozing around too much, because anyone online with 2.6 billion people using Facebook, you could go out and make a couple of hundred grand a year. Okay, but you have to follow the right systems, you have to follow the right structure, you have to develop the right skills, you have to acquire the right skills. So in terms of building skills, high income skills, what are they? Sales funnels building, where you can charge people $5,000, $10,000, $2,500, $20,000 for a sales funnel. Number two, sales copy, where you can literally write words that turns into cash. You know, I'm always hiring great copywriters, and if you develop the skill of copywriting, then you can go and charge someone $2,000, $5,000, $10,000 for a letter, for a sales letter, for a webinar. What about phone sales? Okay, this is another high income producing skill, and what that means is being able to pick up the phone and enroll high value clients, either for your own business or for other businesses, such as other entrepreneurs. They may have high ticket clients, but they don't like picking up the phone. For example, in my business, I have a handful of sales enrollment coaches or sales advisors. Okay, and so these are high income producing skills. Now, what happens when you have one after another, doing webinars, doing PowerPoint presentations, presenting yourself on videos, or selling on stage? You know, these are things that I've developed over the last 10 years. And what happens is, when you start developing these skills, you do something that I refer to as skill stacking. Okay, every single person that makes 7, 8 figures and 9 figures, they have become really good at skill acquisition, or even not even skill acquisition themselves, but being able to hire other people that have mastered those specific skills. For example, I have no idea how to run Facebook ads, YouTube ads, any of these ad platforms, but I've spent millions of dollars on my own money on these ad platforms. And it's because I hire someone that has that specific skill set. Okay, so in the beginning, when I was first starting out, I started learning email copywriting, webinars, sales funnels building sales funnels. Back then we used to build them on WordPress. Now we can use something like ClickFunnels and all of these amazing tools that are out there. So ask yourself this question: where are you at when it comes to skill acquisition and stacking skills? That's going to be the biggest differentiator. Okay, this is what, I was talking to my wife the other day, and I was explaining to her, when you learn how to generate lots of traffic, and I've generated more than 600,000 email subscribers, so I know one or two things about getting lots of people to come and give me their name and email address and buy my products and stuff. I said to her, when you have the ability to generate so much traffic, and you can just place tiny little ads all over the internet, and you can have people come to you, it's almost like you operate from such abundance versus scarcity. You don't need to rely on organic or referral or word of mouth or posting on social media for the sake of it, because that's the only way you get clients. You could literally turn on a machine and attract endless subscribers. Endless subscribers. I'm talking about 1,000 subscribers a day, 5,000 subscribers a week, 20,000 subscribers a month, 100,000 subscribers a year. I mean, just think about it. If you had an extra 100,000 subscribers a year, how much more money could you make? But that all comes down to skill acquisition. Okay, and I see so many people. This is another big mistake. I'm going through so many different big mistakes. Another big mistake people are making is they're trying to achieve this status when they don't have a foundation. 2 days ago, I got a text from a new customer, and he said, "How do I make $10 million?" Okay, he's looking for an 8-figure mentor, so he hired me. And although he's very successful in his job, in business, I know he's not making $10,000 or $30,000 a month. And I'm like, Why are you trying to get to 8 figures when you haven't even made $1 million yet? And so how do you go and make $1 million? You first learn how to make $10,000. Okay, if you don't know how to make $10,000, don't worry about making $1 million. Those things will come afterwards. It's almost natural. Those things come once you get really good at making $10,000, because if you make $10,000 and you double it, that's 20. If you double 20, that's 40. If you double 40, that's 80. If you double 80, that's 160. Business and the rule of money is all about how do you increase your doubles? How do you double what you have, your capital, and how do you keep doubling it over and over again? And very quickly, if you can double $10,000 at a time, you can get yourself to $1 million. But the big problem is most people don't know how to get to the first $10,000, whether that's $10,000 a month, an extra $10,000 on top of their income, without having to work extra harder, without having to slave away their time and energy. And so hopefully you enjoyed this video. I wanted to just shoot this video because I felt like I'm doing this challenge on funnels.com/challenge, and I see people enrolling and I'm getting all these questions and I'm like, okay, I didn't address specific things. Let me get addressing specific things, and let me also share with you why it's so critically important that you start using this time, especially during this COVID-19, this stuff that's happening right now, this pandemic all over the world, and this recession that's going to be taking place. So it's already started, some people believe. You want to make sure that you have stocked yourself up with high income producing skills so that you can have security, you can have that peace of mind, you can have a huge cash reserve, whether it's an extra $100,000 or $1 million or $10 million or whatever number that you want, where you're not having to slave your time for money. Okay, and so anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I wanted to keep it short. It's gone to about 17 minutes right now. Let me know in the comment section which skill you are focused on learning during this time right now. And if you'd like to really take yourself to the next level, and you're at that stage where you've tried so many different things and it just hasn't worked, or you bought so many different products and books and seminars and courses and you still feel overwhelmed, and every day you're putting yourself out there and you got a smile on your face but you're a little bit miserable on the inside, and you wake up and you're checking your phone instead of going out, closing deals, getting clients. I'd like to help you. I'd like to help you in a way where I've never done this before. Over the last 10 years, my speciality and what I specialize in is selling high ticket products that usually start from around $3,000-$4,000 all the way up to $10,000, $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 and beyond to a specific group of people. But I've had a lot of demand, especially from my Facebook group, and I've decided to literally price this challenge for less than $100, and you get 5 days of training with me. Okay, so I'm going to be bringing some of the best stuff I know on how to go from zero to your first $10,000 for your first 5 figures. So 5 days to 5 figures. I want to show you how to acquire the right skills that you need using sales funnels. And so if that sounds exciting to you, it is exciting because I'm already getting excited talking about this stuff. Make sure you go to funnels.com/challenge, and I shall be seeing you on the other side. All right. By the way, I'm going to be doing a lot more YouTube videos, so subscribe, and I'll catch up with you soon.
Up the stage with 2